Angela Rayner, Labour's deputy leader, writing demanding a fresh investigation into what went on with the funding of the refurbishment of Boris Johnson's personal flat. Now, today, the Electoral Commission has found that the Conservative Party broke the law with how it handles donations for that flat. It's really unusual, Jane, to be discussing donations in connection with something that's effectively personal to a senior politician. This is money that went from a Tory donor, Lord Brownlow, to the Prime Minister, effectively to pay for the refurbishment of his own flat that otherwise he would have to meet out of his own pocket. Normally, when we talk about donation scandals, it's in connection to money that just goes into party coffers that's for campaigning. So this incident is very different to the kind of thing we normally see. And in that report by the Electoral Commission, it appears to challenge reassurances given by Downing Street and the Prime Minister about what he knew and when about the financial arrangements for the financing of the refurbishment of the flat. Let's see what the Electoral Commission, what Boris Johnson told and Downing Street told his personal advisor for ministerial interests, his own personal watchdog earlier this year. He told Christopher Geit, "I have spoken to the Prime Minister, who confirms that he knew nothing about such payments until immediately prior to media reports in February 2021. So that's Lord Geit, Boris Johnson's personal watchdog, being told earlier this year in spring that Boris Johnson knew nothing about the payments. Now, if you fast forward to what the Electoral Commission, that has far wider powers and are independent of Boris Johnson, what they said today, they revealed that that on the 29th of November 2020, which is 3 months before Boris Johnson claims he knew nothing, the Prime Minister messaged Lord Brownlow via WhatsApp asking him to authorise further, at that stage, unspecified refurbishment works on the residence. Lord Brownlow agreed to do that. So we can conclude from the Electoral Commission report that Boris Johnson understood about the existence of a trust, understood that Lord Brownlow was the person to phone if he wanted even more money to pay for his refurbishment. Downing Street have just come back and said that in that conversation, Lord Brownlow wasn't saying, "I'm funding this trust that I'm chairing." It was a blind trust. Lord Brownlow didn't reveal that he was even though he's a wealthy Tory donor, that he was putting the money in himself until the next day when he told a Tory party official that this is the case. But nevertheless, the wide-ranging denial that Boris Johnson gave his own ministerial advisor earlier this year looks like it's coming under significant pressure this morning as a result of the Electoral Commission's findings.
And what about the Christmas parties, the infamous Christmas parties now at Downing Street and the surrounding areas? They seem to be going up in number.
That's right. We now have a significant number of events, both in November, connected with the departure both of Dominic Cummings and Lee Kane, the head of strategy and the director of communications, and then in December, parties involving the Downing Street press office and operations team, all of them generating questions, but only one of them is the subject of the investigation by Simon Case, the Cabinet Secretary. That's the one on December the 18th that took place in Downing Street that allegedly involved Secret Santas, a wine and cheese board. That's the event that Boris Johnson's former aide resigned after she was captured on film laughing about it. Let's hear how government ministers have been talking about this morning.
The Cabinet Secretary's investigation will establish the facts surrounding the following. Allegations made of a gathering at number 10 Downing Street on the 27th of November 2020, a gathering at the Department for Education on the 10th of December 2020, and allegations made of a gathering at number 10 Downing Street on the 18th of December 2020. Now, the primary purpose of the Cabinet Secretary's investigation will be to establish swiftly a general understanding of the nature of the gatherings, including attendance, the setting and the purpose, and with reference to adherence to the guidance in place at the time. Now, if required, the investigation will establish whether individual disciplinary action is warranted.
So contrary to what the Prime Minister said yesterday, it seems as if the Simon Case inquiry will be widening out into some of the other events in November as well as those in December. At its heart, Simon Case, the most important civil servant in Whitehall, has to define what is a party and what breaks the rules. No easy task.
Especially whether it's a party or a gathering. Thanks very much.